Oh, all right. We're not losing it completely, but we're definitely going to get rid of a lot of it. I don't need it anymore. Okay, I'll clean the rest up with a regular razor. And then it's off to get a haircut. How do I look? Leave a comment. Let me know. Personally, I kind of dig it. You know, one thing I can verify for sure on this little journey of mine, not only am I losing weight, but I'm also losing some of my hair too. Now, you know what they say. Hair today, gone tomorrow. I'm not too upset about the hair, to be honest with you. I mean, I am pushing 40, and I had a pretty good run. It's all part of the aging process. It happens. It was a weigh-in this week. Let's see how I did. Ooh, look at that glare. Man, maybe I should start wearing a hat. Well, there you have it. This weigh-in, I was another 8.2 pounds down, which brings the grand total up to 66.9. Now, I was kind of hoping to be closer to that 70-pound milestone, but I should point out that I actually weighed in a few days earlier than what I normally do. Not that it would have made that much of a difference, but I think it did make a little bit of a difference. I had to go to New Jersey this week for my grandmother's 91st birthday, which is the other reason I got the haircut. And I wouldn't be able to do my normal appointment on that Friday, so I ended up doing it earlier in the week. The weight loss next week could be different. It could be more again. Or I could have hit that area where it's going to start slowing down more. Each week it slowed down a little bit, and eventually I'm going to hit the wall, and when I do, it's going to be time to change up the routine. I'm not quite there yet, but it's going to happen. It's just one of those things. So this week, I decided to do something a little different with the diet. Now, not too different. It's amazing how little tweaks can affect an entire meal. So, for the past 10 weeks, I've eaten a lot of grilled chicken and a lot of steamed vegetables. I love my broccoli. Well, this week, I had a little inspiration. There are these little frozen meals you can get. These little, I think, steamer meals that are pre-made that you can microwave in the oven, and then boom, you got your little meal, right? Well, I don't like doing those things. I actually like to make stuff myself. So I stole the concept from one of these meals. It was a broccoli chicken with Alfredo sauce on it. So I checked out some of the Alfredo sauces, and I found a good one. I found a garlic Alfredo that wasn't as bad with the sodium, and it wasn't too bad with the calories. Like, one serving of this is 60 calories. So what I did was, I didn't even use a full serving. I chopped up the broccoli, I steamed the broccoli, I grilled up the chicken. Now, here's one of the things, here's a little tip that I do. And I really like this. When I'm prepping the meal, I put the chicken on the George Foreman grill almost right away, because that gives that time to cook while I'm prepping the other stuff for the meal. In this case, that was grilling while I was preparing the broccoli. It doesn't take long to do this. That's the beauty of this. Sometimes people will be like, well, you know, eating healthy can be a real pain. It takes a long time to prepare the food. Not really. Like I said, I throw the chicken on the grill. I cut up the broccoli. I've got that nifty steamer I showed you in a previous video. 3 minutes in the microwave. My veggies are hot, fresh, and steamed to perfection. And my chicken gets done shortly thereafter. And in this case, what I did for this meal was I cut up the chicken. So I put down the broccoli, I put on the cut up chicken, and then I measured out the exact amount of the Alfredo sauce. Now, don't go by the numbers you see on the scale in this video, because I doubled that later on for another meal, and it was still incredibly low in calories and lower in sodium, and it was really filling. And most importantly, it was delicious. Like I've said a million times before, variety is key with this. You don't want to eat the same stuff. I was very fortunate this week, while I was in New Jersey for my grandmother's 91st birthday. I was really worried I was going to have my first cheat day, but luckily I didn't. My grandmother, when she saw that I had lost all this weight, she was impressed, and she asked what I was doing, so I explained some of it to her, and she was totally cool about it. I didn't have to eat any birthday cake, and the food that they served, portion control, The only thing I had this week, well, two things, that weren't bad calorie-wise were really bad sodium-wise. I had ham. I haven't had ham since I started. I love ham. But the problem with ham is it's so high in sodium. So having a little bit of ham was good with the calories, but it was also really high with the sodium. I was still within my levels of what I'm allotted for sodium, but I don't take in that much on a normal basis. So I took in higher sodium this week. And there was one thing I did kind of indulge in this week, and that would be a New Jersey bagel from a place called Eli's. Every time I'm in Jersey, I gotta go to Eli's and I gotta get me some bagels. I had to pick up a couple of dozen for some friends and family while I was down there, and I had the worst one I could have with the sodium. I love salt bagels. This thing had like 1,800 milligrams of sodium. So I nearly blew my entire sodium for the day. Was it worth it? Oh, you're damn right it was. It was good. That was the extent of any cheating I may have done this week. So it was pretty much nothing. And my friends and family did love the bagels when I got them. Let's talk about the workout this week. So I had said last week I was going to stick to the 5 miles for this week before upgrading to the 6 miles. I didn't do that. I upgraded to 6 miles this week. In fact, I did 6 miles in 1 hour and 33 minutes, which means I am over the 4 mile per hour mark, but I am doing 6 miles. So now that I know I can do 6 miles, I know how long it takes me to do 6 miles, I can start working that time down. And that's going to be the goal for the upcoming weeks, is to take that 6 miles. The first milestone is going to be getting it to 1 hour 30. Because 1 hour 30 for 6 miles will put me at a 4 mile per hour pace, which is going to be great right now. Because the good news about the weather, which has been still snowing here and there, is the weather is going to start to improve even more, which means I'll be able to walk longer outdoors. I'll be able to start going earlier in the morning or later in the evening, and I'll still have warmth and light, which is really helpful because one of the side effects I've experienced with all this weight loss the last 10 weeks is I get cold really easy now. Like freezing cold, and I used to be fine in the cold. I think I've lost a lot of insulation, and that could be it. One thing I got to do this week was something I was looking forward to doing this week. Now, while I've been taking these walks, I did say eventually at some point in the near future I'm going to start evolving the walks to going to different locations, hiking up some of the peaks in my surrounding area. Well, this week I got to walk the boardwalk of Atlantic City. I'm going to post that video separately because it's really boring and it would take up too much time of this video, and I try to keep these videos somewhere between 10 maybe 13 minutes. And if I put this in there, it could be longer than it needs to be, and I don't want to do that. So here's a couple of highlights. Now, if you've been to Atlantic City, this is nothing new for you. If you haven't been to Atlantic City, this can be kind of interesting. So if you want to, give it a look. I put some cheesy music to it. It's mostly just quick clips of like, oh, let me film that. So, oh, let me film that. I filmed it on the iPhone, so it's not like I did anything glorious with it, but who knows, you might enjoy it. I definitely had fun walking the boardwalk. I don't know how long I walked for or how fast I was going. It was just really nice to be out there walking without feeling exhausted. And I think that was, to me, that was the most important thing, was I got to enjoy myself outdoors doing something physical. Even though it wasn't anything strenuous, it was just kind of a nice, relaxing pace. So hopefully you enjoy the video, and if you don't, it won't hurt my feelings. One thing I failed to do this week, Princess Ninja, I'm sorry. I have not got to my plank yet. Please don't be too angry. I am going to do the plank. I promise it's coming eventually. So I got an interesting message this week from one of my viewers. Not a subscriber, but I guess someone who just watched one of the videos a couple weeks ago, and he wrote me this really nice message, which I'm going to read to you now, word for word. Dear Keith, congratulations on your current weight loss. Thank you. That is a fantastic achievement. I know. I see you are going to have quite a bit of loose skin when you reach your weight loss goal. I will. I was wondering if you would do me the honor of being my guest for dinner before you have the skin removal surgery. Also, I would like to send you this top-of-the-line skin lotion. It will help your skin to keep soft and smooth while you continue your journey. Talk soon. B. Bill. Well, Bill, B. Bill, however you go by it, you want to send a stranger some of this expensive skin lotion? Well, that just sounds great to me. Can't wait to get it, pal. I think that's going to wrap things up for this week. If you are new to the channel and you did enjoy the video, maybe you would consider subscribing. And if you liked it, hit the like button. If you didn't like it, hit the unlike button. And please leave a comment. I would love to hear feedback from people. If you don't think I'm doing something right, tell me. If you think I am doing something right, by all means, stroke my ego. Let me know. All right. Well, I'll be back here next week for week 11, and we'll see what the future holds. Until then, have a great week.